All right, guys, it looks like we're set up and live. Let me get the laptop up so I can see your comments easier. Guess I really just didn't need that there yet. Move this over here. Oh. Where am I going? Bear with me, guys. I'm working on it. Just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing wrong. Okay, guys, looks like I got it set up, so I should be able to see all your comments right there in the sidebar. We'll set that over there, get rid of this mouse because I don't really need that. Should have, however, shared that I am in a live. Let me make a quick post, and then we'll get into it, fellas. Okay, post is done. There we go. Okay, there we go, guys. So, let's get over here on this dashboard. All right, so guys, today, the main thing we are doing with this ARRMA Vortex that's already very highly modified, other videos of that. I wish there was a way I knew how to share that kind of stuff right on here, but I'm just not that savvy with this stuff. Unfortunately, I am not that well equipped. You can check out the merch down below. You can become a channel member from down below, all that good stuff, just to get that out of the road now. I appreciate you guys. This is the final bit of upgrades to this thing. I have a HITEC DB961wp. This is an amazing servo. I would almost go as far as to say the ultimate servo. It's probably a lot for this car, but overkill is better than underkill. So we're going to be installing this today on the Vortex with the Garage Life RC servo riser and servo kit. I really wanted to do the video because I also have the Garage Life ESC tray for this. So I also need to pop the motor out of this car, or out of this thing, because this HOBBYWING motor is, I guess it's just no good anymore. Not quite sure what's actually wrong with it, but it does not perform very good anymore. In fact, it like starts cogging and all kinds of crazy stuff when you're trying to run it. So I'm just gonna swap that out real quick, and just go back to the stock motor now that I got the motor wire situation fixed. I think that's gonna take care of all the issues that I had before. Them style of bullets that they put in this car from the factory is simply silly. I don't know why they use them on these particular models. I've never known ARRMA to use them before, and then just to switch it up on this one was just an odd move in my opinion, but that's just my opinion, and I'm sure they had their reasons. Anybody catch out the Team CowRc release today of the Kagama Limited? Who's dropping 850 bones on a 6S Kagama with some fancy parts? I mean, don't get me wrong, if I had the ability to come up with it, I'd probably try to get one, but just a little out of my reach at the moment with everything else going on in the channel. I actually just wouldn't mind getting mine built up to that standard, which is pretty close there now with all the M2C upgrades. The main thing that I need that I don't have is a chassis. There's not very many people out there who make upgrade parts for CowRc cars, guys. A few, but it's not like it is for the ARRMA 6S cars. All right, drive shafts out. Guess I can leave that put away. What's everybody doing on this fine day? It's miserably cold here in Ohio. Again, still, whatever you want to call it. Let me get this out of my way for a few minutes. So I do have to admit, there's like no magnetics on this motor, so no wonder it's no good. Pop these out. Make sure you guys are commenting. Give me something to do while I'm wrenching here. That was the whole reason I decided to do this. Doesn't appear. Guess I'm gonna have to pull the, I forgot that I swapped out to a 17 tooth pinion on this thing. I really put a little bigger pinion than I actually wanted on this thing because I may end up running this thing 3S sometimes. 4S is just insane, and it really just doesn't need 4S. These little cars are pretty peppy as they are on their own. Okay, so there's that HOBBYWING motor. I mean, there is like no resistance at all. So that's going over there for now. And we will be going back to the stock motor. But I'm not sticking with the stock pinion, so all right, so extra screws. Oh, that is off. I just need to whoa, that thing's stuck. There we go. So, you know what? I think I actually am just going to keep this because stock is a 13.8 mod. This is a 32 pitch 21. This is an 18 tooth. And I just like the fitment of the mod. So, change of plans. We're going back to a stock pinion. Now, 3100 kV. Where did this 18 come from? Weird. I don't remember having an 18 tooth pinion. One thing I need is my Loctite, guys, my Loctite. That's gonna be key today. There's one thing people don't realize when they're upgrading these cars, that sometimes you just really need Loctite to make everything correct. And when I get into the servo saver, I'll be able to explain that a little bit more. Because the servo saver with the Garage Life RC kit, it absolutely is all aluminum. So it needs Loctite. Some people think that because they have Loctite, I'm just looking at this now, guys, and how am I going to do this? I think I'm just going to have to ditch my heat sink, as much as I don't want to. At least for now, until I can figure out something to do with that pad. Which is probably not going to be a good thing. But I don't have any way of cutting that off. And these wires aren't very long, so they're basically going to go up. I'm probably going to have to figure out a way to cut some ribs into this anyways, because this is going to be pushing it so tight. I think I may have just ran into my first issue, guys. The length of these motor wires really matter. Well, I wonder if I'm just wrong. Welcome to the live, guys. So, question. How free should a motor feel? What to do, what to do. I guess I'm just going to go back with the HOBBYWING motor. Maybe it'll help if I plug the temp sensor in this time. Okay, let's see. Sounds like the little fella woke up. He was taking a nap. I'm sure he'll be down to join us in the live shortly. Nothing like kids, guys. Nothing like some little kids. Especially when they love the hobby just like you do. Very blessed to have a couple kids that love the RC hobby. Why is this giving me such a hassle? There we go. Okay. Now I know ARRMA made it a little different now so that you can set your mesh easier with the lid on, but I'm still how I always was. I take it out of the case like this. That way I can set the motor on the ground, let the bearing sit in there, or let the diff sit in. And then I set my mesh. Okay. Oh, then I can pop this back on. Clink, clink. Bearing. My diff. Mint. Okay. So, get all these buttoned down. Basically just a pinion swap is what this ended up being, instead of a motor swap. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
You know, living the dream.
Word. Hey, do you have a pen I can use?
No. I don't.
Let me see the pen. Oh, look at you.
All right, now the fun part. Let's get this off and see what we got in here to get this servo all off. You guys know what I just realized I just did like a dummy? I forgot a screw inside of here. So let me take this all back apart to put a screw back in it. Who else does that often? Get ahead of myself, get distracted, forget to do something correctly. I don't know how important this little screw is, but probably not, since the case actually squeezes everything together, but I like to put all the screws back if I can. Doesn't always happen that way. Okay, tighten all these back down. And ain't nobody chatting today. I've gotten a few likes, so I appreciate that. Mesh sounds perfect. Okay, let's get this receiver box open. This ESC unplugged. So like I said, make sure you guys are using Loctite when you're messing with anything that's metal and metal. Like even the servo saver. I get messages from guys saying how it keeps coming loose. And I ask them if they used any Loctite, and they're like, well, no. It's a servo horn. You're right, it is a servo horn, but it's also metal on metal, and we all know it happens. So I always recommend putting Loctite on these servo horns for that exact reason. No sense in having an issue that could be avoided. So there's the stock Spectrum S662 that we're replacing with the DB961, guys. This is, in my opinion, one of the elite in the line of servos. I mean, there's a lot of good brands out there. I don't want anybody to think that I don't think that there's other good brands out there, because there is. And we all have our own personal favorites. This just happens to be mine. I have one of these in my Big Rock now. I have one of these in my Infraction. Not this cool camo though. The camo's new, so I do not have that in my Infraction. I just have the old black one. Still super cool though. Did I really just drop that? Dagnabbit. You know that, like, I'm on here live, right?
Sorry, I mean, I'm just saying.
Keep on.
Thank you.
It's always something with the wives, right, guys? All right, so where was I? This thing is absolutely epic. So, looks like there's 4 of you in the live right now. Have a question. Now, this was my fault, but I messed this antenna wire up on this receiver. It's been a little while now, but I ended up cutting it back because I heard you could do that. And now I have some bare wire there that's just sticking out. Is that gonna work? Like, I mean, I know it does work, but I want it to still be able to get as far away. I have another one here I could slap in it so I didn't have to worry about it, but I already have this in and bound, and I would love to be able to continue to use it. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it in and see what happens. So I should just switch it out, Gap? I mean, like legit, I have one, and if I'm gonna do it, it would probably be better to do it now. I mean, I've used it since, and I felt like it did okay. I mean, I'm not speed running this thing. I will just be doing my, all right. I'm just gonna swap it out now. I can rebind it. Do a new receiver. I was just really trying to hope I could save it. And they're $25 for two, so it's not like it's a huge loss. It just always sucks when it's, well, my fault. I know that when it was in the receiver box like this, it was terrible. How's everybody else doing out there? Make sure you hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. So who else has a 2 to 3S car? And what's your thoughts on it? I know some people are like so dead set against this 2-in-1 ESC, which I know I don't have it in mine, but I did until recently. All right, so when I was talking about the Loctite on this, guys, on this metal servo saver horn, I mean, really, even when you crank it down, it can still come loose. So I just highly recommend just a little dab of Loctite on it. It don't take much, really. And if you can get it so that it spreads around to all the sides, and you want this thing to stay tightened down kind of defeats the purpose if it doesn't. But just like that, I can tighten it down. I like to tighten it all the way down as far as I can by hand, and then back it off a little bit. And let's see, get this plugged in. Just notice my lid gasket is not sitting correctly. It is now. Grab a lipo, guys. So I think this is going to be my new go-to pack. CNHL 9000 high voltage. I've used it one time and I absolutely fell in love with the thing. Turn on my Dumbo. All right, so wait a minute. Yeesh. That thing was really set out. Sorry, just trying to get everything set back to 0. Sometimes I have issues with this scroll wheel. Okay. So that is on and 0. Plug this in. Turn this on. Okay, so that is where that needs to be. This needs to get put on. Now remember, I already put Loctite on this guy, so I just need to get it lined up as straight as I can. That boy always giving me some issues. It's always something, guys, always something. Oh. The fan on the ESC is cranking so much that it's moving the whole ESC. That's a pretty good ESC fan if you ask me. All right. That's pretty straight for one of these things, guys. Shut this off. Unplug this. Okay. Move my battery. I can remove my ESC wire for now. And then there, you guys can see, I mean, it's really lined up very well. So, with that being done, we can bring the car back up here. And we can get ready to get this mounted back in the truck. Now, as you guys can see, I already have the Garage Life RC riser in there. It's just laying down in there. So before I get to put that back in, I gotta slap this back in. Because on these Vortex, you have to take the receiver box out to get the motor out. So I thought I was changing the motors today. Hey, what's up, CowRc? Glad you could stop by, my friend. I appreciate all the support. This was very spontaneous. The baby and the missus was taking a nap, and I was just like, well, this is great timing. I just got done watching the Team Corrali live announcement and thought, what the heck? Let's go live ourselves. So here we are, getting this Vortex finally back done, and this thing will be done. The big rock, for the most part, is done. The only thing left to do to the big rock is this same thing. Basically, I already have the servo in it. I just need the riser kit, and I need some straps because I break every other strap I use except for these Garage Life RC ones. They are awesome. And definitely my favorite battery straps I've ever been able to find. And I've tried a lot. Pretty much anything that Amazon has to offer or lipo companies have to offer, I've tried with not real good luck. Oh, I hear him. The best, like I said, I've never broken one. Hi, little one. What you doing? Now you gotta be careful, okay? You can play down there with the cars, but don't run into the camera, okay? Almost made this mistake last time. Yeah? Hi. How was your nap? Feel better now? Yeah, don't mess with that stuff. You know better. Somebody's calling. Man, only thing I use is Kevlar straps at this point. I've tried them all. I gave up. I finally found these, and I never broke one after I found these. Why is this so difficult to plug in? What am I doing wrong here?
Wow, it's there.
Hey, what are you doing? No, put that down, little fella. What's wrong with you? Get the one you dropped. Get that one, please. Can't lose them. We need them. Here, play with this one and not that one. You can play with this one. There you go. Here, watch your car. Yeah, Kevlar are almost indestructible. I mean, I've never broken a Kevlar one yet, so to me, they're pretty indestructible. But I do know Kevlar is, well, nothing's indestructible, unfortunately. Us as bashers know that too well. Oh yeah? You getting him fixed up? Oh, he's a fast one, isn't he? Hey, watch that. That's got, nope, that's got Loctite on it. You don't want to mess with that. Yep, that's Loctite. Tim, I have this one in the big rock end. I have not had any issue with it. Get one of those ones. Grab one. We'll get over there and get it if you want it, Slick. You're allowed. What? I know, get you one. What, you can reach it? I know you can. You can get everything else that you want to play with.
Here you go.
Little wire tucked in here. But yeah, Tim, I've been having an absolute blast with my 2 to 3S cars. Like I said, I got the big rock and I got this, and both are just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Here, take this up to mommy. Take it up to mom and tell her you got to get a new one put on, because you can't be down here without one on. Go ahead. Mom?
What?
He needs a diaper.
All right.
He wants to hang out down here, but he can't without his diaper on. Sorry about that. Nobody wants to see baby butt. Literally baby butts. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I know everybody's really upset over the loss of the BLX system, but I can tell you that the BLX ESC that used to come in them cannot and would not handle a 4S LiPo. You would catch it on fire. And I have seen that these little 80 amp 2 to 3S 2-in-1 ESCs can actually handle 4S voltage. So, to me, that's pretty great. Being able to, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not meant to, so it's probably at your own risk, but you can do it. And the fact that it has, well, it's not really a better step up on this, because these always had AVC or DSC as they call it now. But the Big Rock didn't have that before. Yeah, you can check out Darby City RC. I don't know if you guys watch him, but his Big Rock video, fully stock, threw a 4S in it to see if it would take it, and it ran fine. That's when I decided I would give it a shot. And not a single issue. I mean, now I have actual 4S ESCs, but the 4S motor takes it just fine, or the 3S motor takes 4S just fine. Okay, guys, we're closing in on getting this bad boy done. I'm not really going to do everything on camera. I just wanted to do some of it because I can't get outside today. It's still pretty cold here in Ohio. but I wanted to get this servo in this because it's supposed to be nice in the next couple days, and I'll probably have to rush right out of work to be able to go RC. So I wanted to have it done so that when the possibility arised, I was ready to go. And I'm eager to get this car back out. I've been pretty lucky. I haven't had new cars in a while, and I've recently gotten a few. The RC4us, the Big Rock, this. I got another new car, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. Sometime in May, we'll be able to discuss the new car. But for now, details are quiet. So, this time, I have a smaller pinion.
What's that?
That's trash. I have a smaller pinion from a 21 down to an 18. I also now have the temp sensor hooked back up to this thing, so hopefully that helps a little bit. I'll get that zip tied back up. I got to get that glued down. Antenna tube. All right. I think that's gonna... What was that like, having those tires on there? I put Proline Badlands on mine, and I just did a video. I don't know if you guys caught it. What, sir? I know, a little bit of dirt. It's because we're working on them. I just done a video. Whoa, watch out there, slugger. I just did a video with the Big Rock putting the M2C 17 millimeter hex adapters on, so we had some more wheel options. Another great thing that ARRMA did with the 2 to 3S line is, since they run those funky 14 millimeter wheel hexes, it's cool that they gave you 12 millimeter hexes. I mean, at least you don't have to buy a aftermarket kit to get you some different tires. Oh, I bet it does give you some ground clearance. Get this M2C bash bar back down in here, guys. And this thing will be, well, obviously have to let the Loctite dry, but you know, it's almost there. Yeah, I have a brand new set of Big Rock tires. Actually, I never even ran the Big Rock with the stock tires. I only ever ran it with the Badlands, because I have like the 14 millimeter inserts, and I have the 17 and 12 millimeter inserts. So I have the ability to run the Badlands with any kind of hex. I just prefer the 17 millimeter and the Sherlock that M2C offers. But I know not everybody likes M2C as much as I do. So there's other ones out there that you can buy too. Other companies make adapter kits to swap them over. I mean, even ARRMA, you can use the Typhon's 17 millimeter hexes, which is a great option. I mean, it doesn't give you any extra width, which I think with the offset, the 17 millimeter adapters give you on the Pro lines, you need some sort of extra offset because it's like 0 offset. It's like one more screw in the bottom. Uh-oh. Where's my...
Dada.
Yes, sir.
Look.
Yeah. It up. Thank you.
Let's
Now,
go.
what did I do here? Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
There we go. Couldn't find my link. Whoa. No, no trouble with wheels. Just steering. Steering sucks in these ARRMA 1/10 platforms. That's why I do this Garage Life mod on all of them.
Oh.
Looks like, though, might have to go back in and go a little farther because it looks like I got screws back and loose. And I feel like with the wheel, Tom Lee had problems with wheel center. I must have missed that. I watched most of his videos, but noticing some issues with mine. I think that I have a broken hub that I never noticed. I don't know if I have any of these. And I also noticed, hey, easy little guy. I also noticed I need to tighten up the Ackerman plate. So it looks like I'm gonna have to pull this front back off to get into it. I'm not gonna do that in today's video. I more just wanted to get all this stuff back in it. but I'm gonna have to get this apart to tighten up a few things, so maybe in a future video. But that's it, guys. The 2 to 3S. I just need to tighten up a few things, but nothing that won't happen real quick. Hey, be easy, you don't hit that. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna wrap things up there. I really appreciate you guys stopping by for the live. Like I said, this was very spontaneous. I had no plans of actually doing this until I decided to just do it. So I really appreciate everybody who stopped by. Tim, thanks for stopping by. Kurt's RC, Big Gap, brother, thanks for stopping by. And until next time, guys, my name is Mike. This is the ARRMA Vortex, and we are RC4us. Thanks for watching, guys.